Okay, so this is Slocky. It was some technical difficulties. This is back in 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 2. It says, and if any man think that he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing yet as he ought to know.
Right, so you got to always remember that everything that is given comes from the Most High, man. Like it says in Sirach, the first chapter, the first verse. You know what I'm saying? So you can't think that, oh, I got this. I'm the one who was able to get this. I labor for this, that, and the other. Yeah, you probably labored for it, but the thing is that it was already ordained for you to know what you ought to know, man. And you got to always give praise to Yahweh Shem Yahshua, because he's the one who gave it to you in the first place, man. You know?
That's right.
You can't look at yourself as that I'm the one who did it, you know?
That's right.
I have one. This is Romans chapter 14, verse 19. It said, let us therefore follow after the things which make for peace, and things wherewith one may edify another. So we're here to edify. Edify means to build up, man. You know what I'm saying? We building up the nation of Israel. You know, we hoping to be part of the house of David, man. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shai is the chief cornerstone, and we hoping to be part of those bricks, man. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta edify so we can bring in the rest of the elect, because the Lord had made us fisher of men. You know what I'm saying? And with us being fisher of men, you know, that means bringing in more bricks to build the building, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's
you
right.
know, and in the building, the house is almost over. I mean, almost finished, man. You know, just the final touches are coming, man. You know.
This is I got one.
Huh.
This is Matthew chapter 18, verse 3. It says, I'll start at 18. I'll start at 1. Matthew's 18:1. It says, at the same time came the disciples unto Yahushua, saying, who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? And Yahushua called a little child unto him, and set him in the midst of them, and said, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. Whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is greatest in the kingdom of heaven. You know, and that's going back to the fact that when you come into this knowledge, man, the whole object is become a humble, delicate, you know, caring, yet stern, you know, disciplined person, man. You know, a real man. The scriptures teaches you to be a real man. And when you pridefully put yourself above others, that puts you into the same bracket as the so-called white man. All right, and our people were never like that, man, spiritually. Well, you know, the wicked of our people were, but the whole righteous bloodline and the whole thing of coming back to being righteousness, or coming back to being righteous, is humbling yourself as a child. Mm-hmm. You know, never thinking that you're more than another man. All right, because this man was given the knowledge just like you were given the knowledge. All right, the Lord's not just dealing with you; He's dealing with other men as well. You know, so in order to get to the kingdom, the whole point is to humble yourself. You know, humble yourself into staying on the things you know. Don't go above your means. You know, staying at the level that you're at right now, using the spirit and the measure that the Lord gave you. You know, and also if you have a high measure, not to exalt yourself over other men. You know, because honestly, all of us are we've sinned unto death. So all of us should be put to death. There's no man better than the other. Mm-hmm. You know, there's only one good, and that's Yahweh. As the scriptures say, man. You know, so you know it's just a gift itself that He called us into this, man. And for you to exalt yourself over another man, you know that's the epitome of pride. And that goes back to that one scripture where Yahweh Shai, he went to I guess it was a group of men, and they were about to stone a woman for being a whore. You know,
and he said, whoever has not sinned, cast the first stone. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You know,
this
yeah, that was it.
This Sirach or Ecclesiasticus in Apocrypha chapter 10, I'm starting verse 12. It says, the beginning of pride is when one departed from Yahweh, and his heart is turned away from his maker. So as soon as you start being prideful, guess what? You falling, you starting to get cold. You know what I'm saying? Because the scriptures talk about being hot, lukewarm, and cold, man. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if you being prideful, say if you was hot, now you slide into lukewarm. That's right. And if you in the lukewarm, you still prideful, then you slide into the cold. And now you finna be now you more likely gonna be a 2/3, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And you turn away from your maker, you know? And now you got different other spirits coming upon you. You know, scriptures talk about seducing spirits. You know, if you cold, you know what I'm saying? It's easily for you to be tempted by spirits of the world, man. You know?
That's right.
And it says, verse 13, it says, for pride is the beginning of sin, and he that have it shall pour out abomination. And therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. You know what I'm saying? So now you finna pour out abomination. You finna go back to your own vomit, man. You know what I'm saying? Doing all the wicked things that you was trying to purge. Now since you back in that same thing, and since you back into the wickedness that you once was, that you once purged, you was purging yourself away from. You know what I'm saying? Now the strange calamities finna come upon you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? You turn your back on the Lord when you do that, man. You know? That's why the apostles always push for a prayer, man. You got to constantly have that communication with Yahweh Shem Yahshai. You know what I'm saying? He'll come and, bring you in. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I like to say is that you got to meet him halfway. You got to show effort, too. You got to show that you want this as well.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
You got something?
I was looking for the scripture, why is earth and ashes proud? You want to end it out there? Or you got another one?
Yeah, I got another one.
Go ahead. Just fine. Just get yours.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse right. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. It says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. You know what I'm saying? So if you prideful, you know what I'm saying, for one, you ain't going to examine yourself, you know. Scripture says that a wise man fearing all things, you know what I'm saying? And he knows when he makes an offense, man. You know what I'm saying? But if you prideful, you gonna miss all that, man. You know, the one thing you want to do when you in this truth, or when you learning, or you coming in, you want to pay attention to the small things, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it actually builds your mind up to not miss a big thing, man. And when it's the big thing, the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? That's right. You don't want to be messing up little by little and not being able to see it, and then you just totally cut off, man. You know? And because like say if a Jake did something, you know what I'm saying, and they got put to death right then and there, you know what I'm saying? Because we in a kingdom where we can't really rehearse all the righteous acts, you know what I'm saying, except for the ones that we can. You know, one for like a homosexual, you know what I'm saying. If he walking around rampant, or if somebody like an Israelite, you know what I'm saying, chopped his balls off just so he can have an inverted penis, you know what I'm saying, so he could be a woman or something like that, you know what I'm saying. The Lord, that he's supposed to be cut off, man. You know what I'm saying, and what is cut off? Being put to death, man. You know what I'm saying, and you're supposed to take him out into the valley and stone him, you know. But the thing is that if that happened, you know what I'm saying, Jake would think twice about things that they would do. But since it don't happen right away, you know what I'm saying, that's why Jake constantly continue to do more and more evil. Mm-hmm. You know, like Jake got this saying in the world: if I'm lying, I'm dying. For all the Jakes that were lying, majority of the time they do, and they are. You know what I'm saying? If they got killed or struck by lightning that right then and there, another Jake ain't gonna lie. But since they think it's being overlooked, you know what I'm saying, they just keep doing it. You don't want to have that prideful mindset where it's like, I got away with this, so I guess I'm cool, you know?
That's right.
Yeah, dude.
No, I ain't got nothing.
And we hope this video was edifying.
Okay.
And we'd like to give all honor and glory to
Yahweh,
Ba'Shem, Yahushai.
Shai.
Double honors to apostles of Great Millstone. And salutations to the elect, which you ought to be. Shalom.
Shalom. Abba, Abba.
Abba, Abba.